A military coup in Russia and army. Unrest there due to Putin's unsuccessful plans with Ukraine. Something took place today, this morning, in the morning hours. Civil unrest in the army. A chief says that he has 25,000 fighters under his command and warned that if anyone gets in their way, it'll be a problem. Rapid developments in Russia. Prigozhin seized army headquarters in the southwest part of Russia, which is flanking Ukraine, in Rostov. He says we're at the headquarters 7:30 this morning, local time. Evgeny Prigozhin said in a video. Military installations in Rostov are under our control, including the airport, he says. On June 1st, 2023, in the article Political Chaos in Russia, the writer says, I wrote that the Russians are beginning to resent the war in Ukraine that does not seem to be ending anytime soon. We remember that Putin said it would only take a few days. Well, it's been over a year now. And what the Russian citizens of the rest of the world cannot understand is this. The powerful Russia, based on its strength, had to make a general war against Ukraine from the beginning, depriving it of the possibility to gather its own, on its territory, armaments worth billions of euros from the Western countries. The question is why Putin is delaying to finish this conflict, giving NATO a chance to play its own games. Once Russian citizens become disillusioned with Putin's indecisiveness, then the whole system will collapse because everything rests on him. Obviously, Putin is not successful in what his plans stated in the beginning. Now, on February 23rd, 2023, a Christian Orthodox elder gave this prophecy. He said there will be a change in Russia leadership. 2 or 3 heads will fall, and 2 or 3 others will replace them coming in. And then a great evil will happen. They will not use nukes, but the Russians will use a terrible weapon, a weapon that has not been used up to now, and people don't know about it. This war, this conflict will move to the Middle East and the Eastern Mediterranean. That is where the big evil will begin, the prophecy says. And today, June 24th, alert in Moscow, army on streets after Prigozhin mutiny. So there's a civil war happening in Russia. Obviously, this is not good for Russia. What's going on? Obviously, it's not going to end well. Now, there are riotous events in Russia. Overnight, surprising decisions to rebel against Russian high command and call on Russian soldiers on the Ukrainian front to join them. In May 2023, the founder of the Russian private mercenary company revealed that special military operation, as the Kremlin calls the war, launched by Russia did not have the results that Moscow expected and for which Putin spoke at the beginning, and as a result of which Ukraine became known all over the world and the army one of the strongest armies in the world. He said, if the Ukrainians had 500 conventional tanks at the beginning of the special operation, now they have 5,000. If at the beginning they had 20,000 people knew about how to fight, now they have 400,000. So how did we demilitarize Ukraine? It turns out the opposite happened. I think that the Ukrainians today are one of the strongest armies, he said, that have a high level of organization, high level of preparation, high level of espionage. They have different types of equipment and much more. They operate any system, Soviet, NATO, whatever, with equal success. And he points out that Russia's erroneous actions played a role in strengthening Ukraine's military potential. So there's a civil war just starting in Russia, a civil conflict, one against the other, because of the fact that Putin, and we know that he hardly comes out to make any declarations. There's others that come out, Medvedev and others. So something very, very sinister is happening in Russia. We'll see how this develops. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. It's very strange that the Christian Orthodox elder prophesied that this would happen back in February. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. And we all know, of course, that Putin is not the original Putin. He's got various doppelgangers. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.